What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel here with the Las Vegas Raiders team breakdown. Let's get right into it. Last season, not good. Much like the Broncos had a very good offseason before last season, and a lot of people had high expectations. I personally had very high expectations for the Raiders. Davante Adams is my favorite player, and I thought that move was going to be amazing for them, and turns out it was. Davante Adams was very good for the Raiders, just overall the team didn't work out. Despite Davante Adams being very good, Josh Jacobs being very good. Only won 6 games, third in the AFC West, 13th in the AFC, obviously missed the playoffs. Looking at their additions, Jimmy Garoppolo is the main one. He's their new starting quarterback, although there are question marks with him right now of whether or not he will be their quarterback due to injury issues. Not passing is physical, I believe, so there's questions there. You also bring in safety Mark Stepps from the Eagles. I like him a lot. It's good for them. Brian Hoyer, quarterback depth. Hopefully for the Raiders, he doesn't need to start the season, but maybe. Also bring in Jacoby Myers and Philip Dorsett to that receiver room. O.J. Howard and Austin Hooper in the tight end room. And they will hopefully make up for the losses in the tight end room of Foster Moreau and Darren Waller. You also lose 3 corners in Rock Ya-Sin, Anthony Averett, and Sidney Jones. I think that's going to be tough. None of those 3 guys are like spectacular top guys, but that's a lot of guys from that corner room that are going to be tough to replace just the volume of depth. Also, Cleveland Ferrell on the D-line, Jared Stidham, quarterback Mac Hollins, Derek Carr, obviously, left for the Saints, and then Denzel Perryman. So a lot of losses on defense. Don't know if you heard that. My dog just ran around upstairs. Sorry. Looking at the draft class, I do think it's a good draft class. You get Tyree Wilson at the top of the draft. I think that's very good to add to that D-line that already has Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. Just have a very powerful pass rush. I am a little concerned about the rest of the defense. Didn't address the secondary that much, which I do think is a major need. You get Michael Mayer in the second round. I think that was one of the best value picks of the draft. He was right up there with Dalton Kincaid for me as the top tight end in the draft, and they ended up getting him as, I believe, the 3rd or 4th tight end off the board. So I think that was good value. You get Byron Young on the D-line, and then Trey Tucker, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. Jacorian Bennett and Chris Smith are your 2 secondary players that you select. And I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know if it's enough. I am worried about their secondary, but we'll have to see. Also bring in Aiden O'Connell to that QB room. Mari Burney, linebacker, and Nesta J. Silvera, defensive tackle out of Arizona State. Looking at their opponents, not the easiest schedule. NFC North, AFC East, AFC West, as well as the Giants, Steelers, and Colts. And for a team that I don't think is going to be very good despite having a lot of superstars, I think it's a very top-heavy team overall. Not that strong despite having Davante Adams, Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby, Chandler Jones even, not as much as he used to be, but he's still quite good. And even after a good draft, I do think the team is lacking. So looking at their ceiling, I don't think that they're going to have a winning record. Their ceiling only 8-9. I think maybe they could split the Chargers, sweep the Broncos. I don't know how likely that is. I don't think they're going to beat the Chiefs. I have them beating the Packers, Vikings, Bears, Patriots, and Steelers as their ceiling. Lions, Dolphins, Bills, Colts, Jets, Giants, all going to be tough. And looking at their floor, it's unfortunate because of there are guys on this team that are really good, but overall, and with the questions at quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo, their floor is pretty low. I have them at 2-15 here, only beating the Patriots and Steelers, and I do think that both the Patriots and Steelers could beat the Raiders. I just don't think that they're going to go winless. They're not that level of bad. I don't think any team with Davante Adams, Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby could go winless. but I do think that they could be at a very low total of wins. Looking at my prediction for them, I have it 3 wins, and I want to say that they're going to be better than this. Looking at the schedule, I found it tough to find other games that are winnable. Like Packers, I think their defense is too good. Steelers, I think Kenny Pickett's going to take a step up. These are other games that I thought would be close. Vikings, even. I think the Vikings could easily beat the Raiders. I think the Patriots and Broncos could beat the Raiders. So it was tough. Prediction is 3-14. I personally feel like it should be higher, more around that 5-6 win range. I just can't find the games to give to them. So, that's my take on the Raiders for next season. Don't think they're going to be a particularly strong team, but I am going to root for them, as my favorite player in the NFL is on their team, in Davante Adams. So hopefully they are better than I expect, but my expectations are pretty low for them. And that's all I have to say about the Raiders. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. See ya.